If you're a real estate agent that aspires to 6 figures, 7 figures, millions over your career, maybe you're making that now, maybe you're starting out, I want to share with you the urgency and why I encourage you heavily to get a robust, scalable CRM system and why it's so important to set it up right from the beginning. Or maybe you're already experienced, you have a ton of leads and you're not yet having them organized to its maximum. So what I want to cover here is really, why do you need a robust CRM system? I happen to use kvCORE. I used many great systems in the past. That's the one I'm using right now. And I love it for a variety of reasons.
I'm Kim Barber with Kim Barber Group and eXp Realty, and I've helped thousands of owners and agents with real estate since 2004.
So the reason that we need a CRM system, and again, if you're not familiar with that term, it stands for Customer Relationship Management, and it's designed to manage the entire life cycle. But here's the thing. If you want to make 600,000 or a million or 100,000, it will take a lot of leads, right? Because not all leads convert right away. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure we put all the leads in one place and then implement a tech-enabled automation, right? And so that's where the CRM system comes into place. Now, there are dialer systems and all kinds of things that aren't quite as robust. They don't manage the entire life cycle. And so that's why, again, I've landed my place in kvCORE. I've built a CRM system on top of Infusionsoft. I've used great systems in the past. And this is designed to promote kvCORE. It is designed to basically say, I really urge you to have this. So let's jump further into my point. If you're a 6-figure agent and you want to get to 7 figures, it's going to mean that you're probably going to need to bring on more people, right? And so we're going to need to house all the leads in a place that is repeatable and scalable so that another agent can come behind you and take over your leads, right? And if you're just a solo agent and you want to then say, I'm going to make 100,000 this year and I want to make 200,000 the next year, and maybe 200,000 each year, it adds to $1 million. And in order for us to make $200,000 in a year, let's just pretend that your average income per deal is 10,000, right? That's the GCI. That means we need 20 deals a year times 5 years. That's $1 million. But how many leads is it going to take to get the 20 deals, right? And that just depends also on, what's your strategy. But going back to, why do you need a CRM system? Because it comes down to math. So if you want to be a 6-figure income earner, then after 7 years, the entire life cycle, that's typically also when a buyer or a seller will revisit their buying and selling decision. So we need a place that we can keep them and then keep it in front of them, stay top of mind, and that tech-enabled automation so that we can then repeat the life cycle. If we want to bring buyer agents and listing agents into our system, we have to have all the notes and the history of these leads so that we can have a higher conversion rate. If we're already making 500, 600,000 a year, it's highly likely that we already have other agents on our team, or we're at a place where we're ready to bring them on. So we need to be able to have a scalable system that they can now follow, that they have their own sign in, and ideally it's connected to your website. So once you have all this set up, then again, you can compound your leads into one place through the life cycle, new to clients for life. Then you can bring in more people and have them go behind you with the history. You can stay in front of them with these tech-enabled automations, and then you can scale. What happens if you don't have a CRM system? It's really difficult to manage the life cycle. If you have one that just does follow-up or just does the dialer, what are you going to do over the 7 years to stay in front of them? How are you going to integrate multiple lead sources? Those are the questions that I encourage you to ask yourself. Excel spreadsheets and sticky notes and things like that work great. But over time, or if you want to create a sellable business, somebody has to be able to come behind you, right? And look at your leads and know the history. It's kind of like when we call any of our service providers and you say, well, did you have the notes from when I called before? Or somebody once, and you're bringing on a buyer agent, they say, well, what am I going to say? What's their history? Or if you want to sell your business and you can go to them and say, I have all the history of these people for 7 years. I already have all this set up, versus here's a bunch of names and I don't have any history to share with you. Which is more valuable then? So those are a couple key points as to why you need a CRM system, why it's important. If you'd like to know more about CRM systems and how to implement them, then do me a favor and give me the thumbs up here. so that YouTube can expose more of these videos to great agents like yourself, but also, and importantly, subscribe to my channel. Look for other videos that I am talking about these great conversations. And then further, if you want more trainings, look in the video description below, and there are links to trainings and guides that will help you out. Again, CRM systems are super important because in order to scale, in order to be repeatable, in order to sell your business perhaps one day, we need to have tech-enabled automation that manages the entire client lifecycle.